Hey, your video is about to start in just a moment, but be sure to check out our upcoming Double Strategy live Zoom class. You can check out more information down below at 2minutetennis.net. Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you something you should copy from the Rublev forehand to help improve your forehand. Now first, this video is courtesy of 12K GP Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you give them a sub. I put their link in the description below. Awesome channel. So it's this position right here. This position on Rublev's forehand. A couple things are occurring. First, it's his left arm, his non-hitting arm, is stretched out across his body, right? This allows for a coil. He's almost going to like show his back to the opponent, right? His hitting opponent. The opponent can see his back. And that coiling then allows him to uncoil to produce a lot of racket speed, which is great. And we know that he's got a lot of racket speed on his forehand. Now, I want you to watch, though, when he takes his racket back, how his strings at this point are tilted down. Recreational players would benefit so much from having the racket face closed. You can see the tip of the racket is higher than his head, but the racket is closed at this point. Agassi used to do this, one of my favorite players growing up. When you turn and the racket is closed at this point, it helps keep the racket more on the hitting side of the body. You want to try to avoid going back here if you can help it, because it tends to not allow you as an amateur player to time the shot as easily as if you keep the racket more on the front side of your body, right? So if you cross that line a little bit, that's fine. But going way back here, that's what we're trying to avoid. So an easy way to do that is to make sure that your racket is closed. And he does that. And you can see his racket stays more on the hitting side of the body. So you could say it stays on this side of his body throughout the stroke. So I want you to, when you go out and film yourself, I want you to look for this. I want you to look for two simple ideas. That the tip of the racket is slightly higher than your head and that your strings are tilted down. You could say that was somewhere around 45 degrees closed, where this would be straight up and down. This is across, and he's got about 45-degree angle with his racket. And then you can see his racket is closed as he's dropping, and it stays closed. Even here, it's slightly closed. I mean, that's still considered slightly closed. And then boom, he just crushes this ball. It's awesome. But I want you to go out and film yourself. I want you to see if you can get your racket into this position. This is something you should be shadow swinging. You should be shadow swinging this at home, filming yourself. You don't need to go to a tennis court. But turn for a forehand, get both arms over. This is similar to what I call two high fives, where it's like you're reaching over to someone, like if there's someone standing over here, right? And you're going to give them, well, that would be incorrect. Two high fives. It was the legs here. But there you go. You're giving someone two high fives. And you're going to turn. You're going to have the racket face closed at this point. Helps keep the swing small. And it's not like a bigger swing gives you more power. Eventually, you get diminishing returns here when it comes to the power, because power has to do with timing as well. You got to be able to know when to step on the gas to really crush this ball. So go out and film yourself. Get your racket closed high, but closed on the way back like Rublev. And there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.